Have you ever drew a character but the legs were really difficult to draw and still looked wonky and weird? Because I did. So therefore I wanted to study legs for the week and see how much I can improve. So now I want to share the things that helped me so you can draw better legs faster and easier. So the first problem that I realized I was doing with drawing legs was making them look really wonky. So the reason for that was that I just guessed the proportions while I was drawing. So sometimes the upper leg was super big and the lower one could be really thin and small. Therefore, I need to refresh my proportion knowledge. So now let me share the proportions that I use now, but also remember that these are just baselines, so you can always build upon these proportions. You can also push them or maybe make them more, I guess, normal. So the first thing that I always do now is I pretty much just divide the character into the lower, let's change the brush, into lower and upper body. So for my drawings, I usually just put it half and half. So pretty much just the upper body has the same length as the lower one. But sometimes I make the lower one a little bit bigger. So usually it's like if the body is like 7 heads, so then 3.5 will be for the upper and 3.5 will be for the lower body. But sometimes I might push, so depends, maybe. So also change the eraser. So sometimes maybe I'll make a body 8 heads so that the upper body will be 3.5 and the lower will be 4.5, or just 4, so the whole body would be like 7.5 heads. So yeah, as for the legs here, let's go to maybe a different drawing. So here what I do is I keep the lower leg the same as the upper leg. So you can also just do this like 2 heads, so depending on the proportions, but you can make them like 2 heads or just keep them same for the lower and upper body. But yeah, also the widest part of the hips is at the pubic level. Around that you can always put it a little bit higher or lower. Now, as you probably know, the thighs are thicker than the calves. So here we have smaller ones. And also from a side view, as you can see here, the thighs will be around the head, so you can probably fit a head here. And as for the calves, you can fit half of the head. So yeah, of the width from a side view of the head. So just by using these simple proportions, my legs actually improved a lot. But there's also one thing that boosted this even more. So I'm talking right now about the landmarks, which are really important to just establish whenever you start drawing. So for me, landmarks are, of course, the pubic area, pubic bone, also the hip angle. So you can, whenever you draw, as you can see here, we have a hip angle. You can do that just from the pubic's bow or even from the hips themselves around here. The bone is poking, so around here. So whenever I draw my legs, or I guess body, I usually just draw a dasher line and then an oval for the hips and then the tilt of the hips at the round bottom. So here it would be something like that, boom. So still on the bottom of the pubic area, so it would be here. But also we have knees, which are super important. Pretty much whenever we draw our legs, we have the pubic area here for our landmarks, then the tilt of our hips. And also here, let's add this, boom, and do like that, boom. So go with the blue. So we have our also knees and feet, which are, for me, like these are the most important landmarks whenever I draw legs. So here we have our knees, feet, boom, pubic area, and a tilt for our, so then we have our knees, boom, and feet. But even though I knew these proportions and landmarks now, there was still some information that I was missing, some really important one. So it turns out I was actually rushing my studies, which made me skip a really important part of drawing. I wasn't observing the proportions, which made me draw just purely on vibes and guessing. And the fix to that was super simple. I just took a second and observed a couple of key information. So first I observed the simple proportions. So I looked for the size of different parts of the legs. So for example, how big is this leg, this lower leg here, compared to the thigh here, boom, same here, boom. Maybe how the upper leg is compared to the lower leg, which here we can see that the upper leg is much bigger. So these were the first proportions I was observing. Then I also observed landmarks. So where are they compared to each other? So for example, I had this pubic area here, then of course legs here, feet here, and the knees. So these here are leveled, but for example here we have one knee higher, boom, and one lower. Also one feet is hidden behind the knee, boom. So pretty much just observe where are different parts on the reference. Also what are the proportions, so how big are different things. And lastly the angles, which are super important also. For example here we can see the angle between landmarks. For example here we have the angle of knee, boom. Same here, we can observe that this one is lower than this one. Same here, we see that this knee here is higher than this. Also, we can observe that this line of the hips is, of course, makes the one hip higher than the other one. And also the feet here, boom, we can see an angle of that. But not only that, we can also see the angle of the different parts. For example, here we have the angle of the hips, and here we have angle for the legs. Same here, boom. Boom. So here we can see that they are pretty similar, but now this one curves into the other leg, whereas this keeps being straight. For example, here we have these angles here going at each other. Now then they make a K, I guess, letter. Here, boom, boom. Just observe these before drawing. I also like to make just these lines here and see, okay, this is kind of in the middle of the leg. Okay, so I'll pay attention to that while I'll be drawing. For example, here we have the knee here that is actually above the shoulder line. Okay, here we have the ankle that is aligned with the knee again here. And also we can observe this angle here for the legs. Boom, we can also see this here. So just observing these really important information before we draw are really crucial. And also, if you want my brushes, they are for free in the description below, and with them you'll get 30 art tips that will help you improve your art in 30 days. Now, after a couple of studies, I realized that the shapes in my drawing weren't really that appealing and they didn't really have much thought behind them. And therefore I wanted to fix that. So the first thing that I learned was not to use the same shapes as I did before. So previously I was just drawing like cylinders for the legs, boom. But I learned that this is not the best way to do that. Instead, I wanted to use shapes like these, boom, which are really amazing for drawing legs. And you can see them everywhere. So boom, 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 boom. Same here, boom. So yeah, I use them now all the time in every leg, boom. So yeah, it's pretty much just a shape something like this, boom. So it has 5 faces, 5 here. So even here you can see this, boom, boom. This is amazing shape for drawing legs. But now there's a couple of key things that actually make these shapes much more appealing. So the first, we have variety in the sides. For example, here we can see that this one is curved, or this one uses like 2 lines, whereas the other one is straight and uses 1 line. And for example, you can see this here, boom, boom, and straight line. So yeah, these are really nice shapes. So next we have taper. At the top we have the thickest portion of the leg, and the lower it goes, the thinner it will get. As you can see here, we have a pretty thick part here, and here there's a taper, boom. Same here, taper. So this combined with the previous one gives us not only variety in the size, but also taper, which makes them much more appealing. So here we have the sides, boom, boom, taper again, and different sides, boom. But also here we have another thing that can help us make more appealing shapes, and this is called a ratio of 7:3 or 70:30. So here we have the thigh here, boom, and of course there would be the knee. This is a little bit more too thin on the bottom, but whatever. So basically we just divide this thigh, and also this works same for the calves, boom. But for thighs we can just make the ratio here, so this point that goes out, that would be the pubic level, that would be our stomach and our belly button, so something like this. So the widest part of the hips, boom, would be at around 70%. So here 70:30 ratio, boom. And you can also use that for the calves. For example, here we would have our calves, boom, there's this line out like that, boom. And we have here the I guess this would be a little bit lower, but yeah, we can do 70, 30 here as well. So same here, boom, 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 70, 30. This just makes our shapes a little bit more appealing. And also the 30-70 ratio is close to the golden ratio, which is something around like 60-40. So it's almost close to that, and it makes these shapes a little bit more appealing. So there was a moment when I saw how other people, how other artists draw their legs, and I compared them to mine, and it made my legs look a little bit stiff. And I wanted to know the reason for that, because I thought that I actually know a lot about how to make more dynamic and less stiff legs. So the first reason for that was that after I just laid my gestures for the legs, I just forgot about them, and I just drew some shapes on top of that, and it made them look really stiff even though I had pretty nice gestures. So therefore I wanted to add the CSI, so the curves that look like C, S, and I, to the forms of my legs. For example, here we can see mostly like a straight line, here a subtle S, straight line, straight line, straight line, boom, C, like that. Same here, boom, like an S again, boom, C, another S, straight line, boom, like a slightly curvy straight line, boom. Also here we have another like an S, boom, here a C, boom. So I started adding these curves, these CSI to my legs, and it made them look a little bit more dynamic and less stiff. For example, here we have another line, here is like a boom, like an S, like really subtle, boom, same here, boom, even here. I just like to do for the thighs this shape here, and then here the knee. Depends of course on the pose of the character, but here like an S that goes into a straight line for the knee, boom, another like an S, boom, and here some straight lines like that, even here, boom, and straight line. So instead of doing this for my knees, I just started to add this angle here, something like this, boom, as you can see here. So whoomp, and it's like a super subtle S curve, boom, and I really like that. Same for the knee, boom, that goes in, and then from that we have our calves. Then another thing that I wanted to do to help my stiff legs were to use flow. So flow for me is when lines flow into one another. For example, here we have this line flow in one direction. You can follow them and you will get somewhere. Also we can add an S to that, boom, and even a straight line like that, boom. So I wanted to do the same for my legs. So for example, here we have one line that goes here, boom, and then other goes here, boom. So it creates a flow. And then of course we have another one here, boom. So they push in some direction, and they're not like a snowman, so they're not like that, they are slightly offset. You can offset them like that, boom, or even more, however you want. Just don't make them point into one same point here. So you can see this points here, this points here, so a little bit offset. Of course, then we would have like of course the tibia bone here that also points there. For example, here we have boom, and then boom, the tibia bone there, and also here we have boom, boom, and the leg points like that, boom. So pre-gestures here, boom, boom, boom. So there is a flow. I'm not doing something like this, boom. Instead, when we have one line that goes like that, then I make different one that goes in the opposite angle. Same for the S's, boom. So if here we have like that, then perhaps something like this, or again something like this, boom, and straight line that pushes even more forward. So we have this, I guess, balance, boom, boom, like a wave, instead of boom, 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 or boom, boom, boom. So we have a little bit more variety, boom. For example, here, womp, 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 boom. Even here, boom, boom, here, here, and boom. So, but also one angle that helped me was a pretty small one, but it's one that's actually super useful to remember. So I really struggled with placing this, I guess, on the part of the calf that goes out and inside. So as you can see, if we made just like a cylinder here, we have two parts, two triangles that stick out. And I never knew if this one, the bigger one that is higher, should be inside and the smaller should be outside. I didn't know if it was like that or the opposite. So one really simple thing that helps you remember that and also lets you have a little bit of better flow in your joints, in your legs, is this angle here. Boom. And same here. So pretty much the inner point here is the lowest and the upper one, the outer one, is the highest. Boom. Now the same for the ankles, where the inside now is the higher one and the outside one is the lower one. So here we have this. And one thing that you can see what it does, if we make it also here, boom, here, we can see that it creates an angry face. So we can do, here we have eyebrows, boom, and here we have our, I guess, mouth. So here we have our mouth and here we have our eyebrows. We can also add to that a different angle from the widest part of the hips, so around here, that goes into, boom, this point here, like that, boom. So this is also, but this doesn't make the hairstyle, maybe like some mask from Crash Bandicoot, some stuff. But yeah, these angles on the calves and the ankles create this angry, I guess, face, angry looking face. So therefore, for example, here I know that the inside one will be higher than the outside one. Same here, this outside one will be higher than the inside one, boom, and boom. So yeah, really simple to just remember the angry face. So I started recently just doing that whenever I just draw legs, boom, I think, okay, angry face, boom. So here we have something like this, boom, and also ankles like that, boom. Now, lastly, there was a part that I struggled for some time, and it was whenever the character was bending legs, for example, something like this here, boom, maybe even something like this here or here, boom, and of course here. So I really struggled with that, but the fix to that and something to remember to draw this area, this, I guess, action better, is to just remember about the perspective and overlap. Pretty much whenever we draw and we see the legs from below, we can see that the calves will be overlapping the thighs here. But when we see the legs from above, we can see that the thigh now overlaps the calves behind here. Boom. So yeah, this is like super easy to remember. And also here we have these S curves that I really like. Same here, we can do something like this, boom, point, and then something like this, boom, point, and then something like this, boom. Same here, as you can see, this calf muscle here, and even here we have, boom. So pretty much just whenever these touch, you just want to know if you see the legs from below or from above to make this area better. So if this was a little bit from more below, maybe we could just go follow with this line like this and showing that this thigh here is overlapping here. If it was more from below, maybe we can just leave it as it is or just even push it a little bit and add more overlap. And now if you want, you can check out my Patreon for monthly tutorials, and now there are 3 new tutorials that you can also check out, and this month there will be 3 more tutorials for drawing legs, for drawing chest, and also for drawing breasts. And also all these studies of mine you can also get from Patreon in a file. So thank you for watching, and if you struggle with drawing hips, you can check out this video here and that will help you with it. So bye.